بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تفسدوا في الأرض بعد إصلاحها ودعوه خوفا وطمعا إن رحمة الله قريب من المحسنين وهو الذي يرسل الرياح نشرا بين يدي رحمته حتى إذا أقلت سحابا ثقالا سقناه لبلد ميت فأنزلنا به الماء فأخرجنا به من كل الثمرات كذلك نخرج الموتى لعلكم تذكرون والبلد الطيب يخرج نباته بإذن ربه والذي خبث لا يخرج إلا نكدا كذلك نصرف الآيات لقوم يشكرون لقد أرسلنا نوحا إلى قومه فقال يا قوم اعبدوا الله ما لكم من إله غيره إني أخاف عليكم عذاب يوم عظيم.
tun daga yanayin da makarantar take yanzu mu a lokacin da muka barta ni na bar makarantar nan a Disamba yau shekara exactly shekaru 52 ke na shiga January 1967 na gama December 1971 da dai ikon Allah ya sa na iya dawowa wannan makarantar yau zo ga yadda za mu yi taimaka wa makaranta shi ne muka taru da executive dina da waɗanda suka yi makarantar tare da guda muka zo nan mu roƙi Allah ya ba mu sa'a a cikin duk abin da muka sa gaba.
Amin ya Allah.
Mun kuma roƙe ku duk lokacin da kuka yi sallah a nan masallacin mu roƙi Allah ya taimaka wa makaranta. Muna godiya, mun gode muku kwarai. Akwai duk abin da za ku iya taimaka a makarantar ba wadda ko ɗan ƙanƙanin abu don na ga yadda makaranta yake yanzu mu ba haka muka bashi lokacin da makarantar ba. So a yakacin abin da muka zo mu yi shi da mu roƙi Allah ya taimaka a makaranta. Addu'a duk mun kai addu'a nan roƙi Allah ya taimaka a makarantar mu sa ta mun gode shi kuma imam ina godiya kwarai mun gode to da kungiya sun ce ba
when I'm asked to give the popular prayer, I don't know which prayer. Is it the present prayer or the past prayer?
The present one.
So let me ask you the Honorable Allahumma atina iman kamila wa amalan daima wa rizqan wasi'an wa aqlan taman wa ilman nafi'an wa amalan salihan wa khuluqan hasanan wa atina izzatan wa siha wa la tanfara wa quwwatan li ibadatika wa qallana wa walidina wa azwaj izzatina wal muslimina wal muslimat wa atina ma rabbana برمض القرآن الذين بالكريم وآله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. This is from our Muslim. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I want to appreciate the president, our able. I don't think you are old. I think you are young boys. I don't think you are old.
Hey, next.
I will have to pray one more time. Okay.
Please, with due respect, old boys, can we please rise up for a minute silence for one of our great old boys who is lying in the mortuary right now? I'm just going to Barrister Uweche. Please, one of our great old boys and they are assisting these old boys. Can we all rise
also for the chairman of the party of Ventures and a renowned old boy. Please, remain silent on behalf before we start. And others that have gone before us, marking the sign of faith.
May their soul and the souls of all
To those who departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. Please now the full lecture. I will be very happy. There are some factors in life. Make up your mind that no matter who it is, they cannot do that. Your peer group will do that. Make sure you study hard. You don't have to wait for anybody to study hard. You can have a group. You can have a group for biology. Read a group. So after each study, maybe one week, you meet and see how you can discuss and improve on that topic. You can make it in that. And you are saying that most of us here are to like.
For those of you who have not met me before, my name is Francis Ibrahim Ogoro. I'm the National President of the Old Boys Association. I stepped foot on the grounds of this school January 1967. So that probably makes me the oldest old boy standing. So thank you very much. This event is not for the old boys alone, mostly for the current students. So, gentlemen, this little man here, I noticed, I'm telling you that the event is actually meant for all of you to benefit. I noticed that during your lecture he had bad time, so I don't know if he benefited anything from it. We have this event. We have all traveled. No, sit. We have all traveled from far and wide to come here because of all of you, so that you benefit from our experience going forward in life. Thank you. Prof, I'd like to thank you very much for the lecture this afternoon. At very short notice, you answered our call. We most sincerely appreciate and thank you for the lecture. I'd just like to delve in a little bit into the very important question. The man is busy with the food. Hello, listen. Shall we take the food away from there? Because I want you to be part of what I'm talking about. You know, I think there are only about 12 or 10 students here today. But when it was dinner yesterday, there was a long queue of them. This event, we organize it because of you, so that you can benefit from it. And that is why I want to touch a little bit on your question. You studied hard, you studied this, and it didn't work. One thing we did not have during our time, there was no office of student counselor. And this is absolutely important. And the principal is here. I don't know if you have that in the school now. Office of student counselor. You have, look, we don't have the privilege of having that. I want to tell you something today. There are two things. Peer pressure. You know what that is? You know what that is? Parents' pressure. Because your neighbor's son is a doctor, your father wants you to be a doctor or an engineer. But you are not good in mathematics. It's not your making. Everybody has a gift that the Almighty Allah has bestowed in them. You may be very good in arts, but your father wants you to become a doctor. First of all, you may not succeed in becoming a doctor. If you succeed, you may be a bad doctor. Because that is not what God has bestowed in you. And I'm glad during the 12th lecture he mentioned about God. God has a gift for every one of us. You want you to be a designer? Maybe you're a good singer, you're a good guitarist. Your parents will say, no, my son is not going to be a musician. I'm sure you've all heard of Davido, Whiskey. They're probably some of the richest young men in Nigeria, maybe in the world today. But if you told your father you want to go and be a musician, say, over my dead body, my child is not going to be a musician. So what I want to advise you is not about, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer. Your career counselor will best advise you. I have looked at your records and I think it will be best for you to pursue this line. I know most students will not follow that. Their parents may not allow them to follow that. But your future depends on that. And that is why we have this kind of forum that will advise you. You want to become a pilot? As the doctor said, he wanted to become a doctor, so he studied a pilot. He studied hard, but his father said, no, I cannot afford that. By providence, because he has probably an all-rounder, he's gone out there and made a good future in his next chosen career. So my advice to you is not about picking what you think you want to be, is what you can actually be by your subject. This man might be good in mathematics, not necessarily you. You might be good in physics, not necessarily you. And if all of us decide we want to become doctors in Nigeria, who will be the engineer, who will be the businessman? You're probably chosen to be a business administration, a businessman. I started off wanting to be a pilot before I left here in 1971, and then I decided, my parents said, oh, why don't you be a doctor or an engineer? I ended up being a banker and eventually a businessman. And I thank the Almighty Allah, I made a bit of success in that. This may not have been my chosen man, but I found out that it was actually better. I probably would have not made such a good doctor or a good engineer. So that is my advice to you. I'm sure if you have any problems with that, you have asked that question, and this goes to all of you. You seek advice from your career advisor, and that is why you call him career advisor. He will advise you based on the areas that you seek to explore. So, gentlemen, I want to thank you for making the time this afternoon to attend these lectures here. I hope you will all be, first of all, I must say I'm impressed again, like I was yesterday, at the attendance. The hall is actually full. That shows how serious we have taken this event. I thank you most sincerely for coming, and we look forward to seeing you at the other events of today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
There are some distractions in life. Make up your mind that no matter who it is, they cannot distract you. Your peer group will distract you. Make sure you study hard. You don't have to wait for anybody to study hard. You can have a group. You can have a group for biology. Build a group. So after each study, maybe one week, you meet and see how you can support and improve on that topic. You can make it in life. Most of us here have to that.
That will call me and under whatever circumstances I just have to do. And that's the spirit I want particularly you, those who are students here, to imbibe. It is necessary because it is that discipline that makes you a real man.
Yes, sir.
It is that discipline that makes you somebody from St. John's College. Rimi College, St. John's College is known for discipline. And you cannot succeed without discipline. So I would like to say thank you so much for making this possible. But also you must have to keep the light shining.
Yes.
That's the meaning of the shining light. You are leading and others are following. And that is how it is, and that is how it has been, and that is how it will be. Rimi College, alma mater, the students of Rimi College must always be in the forefront. You have seen in Nigeria, we have so many important people, so many big men, generals of the army, captain of industries, etc. Civil servants, permanent secretaries, commissioners, whatsoever. All these are products of Rimi College. And I believe, particularly you, the young generations, those who are here as students, you will be able to make it better. I know we have achieved a lot at local and international levels. But what does progress mean? It means that those who are behind you should do better than you. If you grow up and be like us, that's not progress at all. Even if I become the president of the United Nations organizations, and you grow up and you become the same person, that is not progress. Progress is for you to build upon what you have done. So the task ahead of you is very heavy. Our duty, or our duties, is to guide you and pray for you and also lead you wherever possible. Mr. President, sir, I once again have to thank you sincerely for giving me the opportunity to say a word or two. It has been really a very long time, and there are a lot of things that need to be done. What the ESCO is doing, I think is doing it for the benefit of all of us. And I believe they are on the right track. They are doing the right things. And with our support, because I know it's sometimes very difficult to give that support. With our support, we can be able to make things better. There are so many programs, including empowerment, including capacity building, including scholarship, including a lot of things that need to be done. And I believe what the President has arranged and his ESCO has arranged for us, we are going to have something better. But it requires what? It requires the contribution of each and individual of us. Please, whatever you think you can contribute, don't feel it is too little. Don't feel it is too little. If you can contribute only 10 naira, that is a sign of commitment. Because if you can commit 10 naira, if you have 1 million naira, you can commit as much as that. So please, any time there is a call by the association to serve, please
be ready to serve. Anytime there is call for donation, to donate, please be ready to donate. Once again, thank you so much, and I wish you best of the liberation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
And I said I came in here 1969, and I was in St. Clement House, and I was the football captain of the school in 1973, 72, sorry, the last year. I happened to be the first secondary school
St. John's
student that will become the football captain even when we have HSC in our school. We have vacancy here. Every year is when the HSC will become the student will become the football captain. But I was the first one to be in secondary school and became a football captain. And somehow I was able to play for Kaduna State. I was also a runner. I happened to get gold medal for Kaduna State. I was even scratching for Kaduna State. And you know that I was one of those that enjoyed.
And then take all the horses to Rimi, and how it was technically given to government secondary school Kao. So I and other colleagues were actually determined to return those girls to their schools and properly, and get our schools back. I'm sure if those girls were still here, we wouldn't have been here having this meeting here in this hall, because the girls will be here and then so we tried our best. We pushed the government to complete the hostels, and the hostels were completed, and the girls moved to their schools, and then we have our own. Now the next task ahead of us is, I think you will recall that the last set of boarding students, I think, was in 1986. We were the last set of boarding students. So government identified Rimi College as one of the 17 legacy schools to be converted full boarding school to full Rimi College. So our next task is to make sure that we actually restore that boarding in the Rimi College, probably the next session or the next academic session. So that's our major task now. So I would like to say that with the support of all boys, especially the chairman of the Kaduna chapter, Dr. Nasir, and other all boys, that are pushing the government, and this is where we are. So inshallah, we'll try as much as possible. We'll do our best to see that to restore back the glory of Rimi College. Now, what I would like us to also note is we have heard of the historical evolution of the college from St. John's College, the government secondary school, and then to Rimi College. I attended Rimi College. Some of you here attended St. John's, some attended government secondary school. So I would like to advise us that we should try and maintain that nomenclature that is known to the government. Government knows Rimi College Kaduna. There is nothing like government secondary school Kaduna in Agwari, and there is nothing like St. John's College. So in our official dealings with government, let's try and maintain the name that is familiar to the government, Rimi College. Now, if you put Rimi St. John's College, it tends to confuse the government because there is no such school in the state. So we can put maybe later in bracket and say, okay, former St. John's, for example. Because when I finish St. John's College, even the logo, I have the national sense, and then we have candle actually, not cross. So if we try to maintain that neutrality, that would be best for all of us. But bringing all this government secondary school, St. John's College, at least it tends to confuse the government.
So please, let's as much as possible try to maintain the name that is known to the government. Just like Amina College, just like St. Peter's, just like St. Bartholomew's College, Beno College. They are not using such old names. Just like Sheikh Sabah College, SMC, they are not using the old, they are using the new name. So if using if you try to mix all these things, I think that will bring some confusion. So let's try as much as possible to maintain that neutrality and to maintain that name that is known to the government. That is two. Number three, the presence of old boys, I think, is not being felt in Rimi College, like the way it's being felt in other schools. So let the two be told, because if you go around some of the schools, you will see the presence of old boys. They are always there. They are always there doing one thing or the other. So please, the national level should empower maybe the local branch. Let's be having meetings regularly. Let's look at what the college, especially now that we are having this policy of free and compulsory education in the state. From basic, post-basic, it's all actually free in the state. So that is where we really need the presence of the old boys. A principal now cannot collect work kobo from a student. He cannot collect work kobo from PTA. He cannot even collect work kobo from MSS or the Christian Association. So the old boys should please come in and support what the government is doing, because free and compulsory education is capital intensive. So it will need the support of all of us here. So please, I implore you to either the national level should come, or the national level should empower the local branch to be doing something regularly in the school. So I would like to thank Mr. President and the MC for giving me the opportunity, and all of you for the patience to listen to what I'm saying. So thank you very much. Me maybe during the gala. Please put your hands.
Action!
the labs are not functioning, be ready to hold the candle. That is to work extra hard. Meet your other students after classes. That is what we used to do in those days. I remember that 2 or 3 of us were excellent in mathematics. I think myself, Ishaka Kade, Mustafa Bukar, you should know you. We don't need math. You know why? Because other students come to us after classes. Teach me this, teach me that. While you are teaching, even you are able to teach you. Well, teaching you learn. These are the things you need to do. Therefore, you will find a few of the students excel in it. Become their friend, my brother or my son. Make friends with them. And then they will bring you up. If you make friends with dollars, they take you down. This is the thing I need to. But don't give up. But be ready to work hard. Thank you very much.
Yes. Just to add to what you have said, is very obvious. You can make it if you're ready. I said earlier that whatever you want to do, you can do. Make up your mind ready to do extra work. Study hard. And anybody can get anywhere. But again, don't let anybody discourage you. Like my friend, for the way I say, this is now, either you feel me, or because that's the right thing. You don't think that you go to this with that. Hey, I mean, no way. You tell you. But I thank God that he has now, so it's possible. Any other thing before we end up? Yes. We go. Interact.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Can I just?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Dr. Ibrahim Christopher Meimageni. I finished in 1986. I wrote chemistry on this hall somewhere here, then physics somewhere here. Good. I thank you very much, sir, Prof, for what you said. And thank God for the student. I just want to relate, just like my friend did, about what happened to him. I do not know, you know what that. If you look at Sombechi, my mother was selling food there. I sold bread, I sold coke, I sold exactly. Yeah. No, seriously. At Sombechi. Go, if you don't matter Rakana, maybe it's not there again. Almazera Marakana. Marakana. You do for your own at least talk from here. When I go to the zoo, when I go to the zoo. Good. Then I have a family, we have a family house in Paladas. It's that opposite the College of Aviation. So we used to go to College of Aviation to play basketball. So when my dad asked me, what do you want to do when you finish? I told him I want to be a pilot. He said, okay. So you must read geography, math, physics, and any other 2 subjects to make it 5. I said, thank you, sir. And thank God, he came, Aliu is my classmate, and we read it, and I got it.
And the college of art and science, craft and guidance. The first step, second step, myself and my wife, we are part of the interview, right? And during the interview, very well important. During the interview, the company made the answer. He became a minister. The answer was the principal of that school. I went in there with my father. I went there for the interview and I presented my about 20-year certificate of my father in Canada. Immediately I gave them the certificate, original certificate. The man said, no. They know I'm not from there. I'm from Kogi. They know that's why I was doing that. So whenever they give any student from the North State, that's not state, they came to me. They give money to go on holiday and try to return back, and they are giving us book free of charge, okay, for all my myself and my wife. They are all in successful. I was very good for the year and study. What I was so glad to do,
and God has helped you. You must come in, you may invite you also, or God help me. I call, God will help you. I pray my God with you, and God give it to you, God will help you. And therefore my PhD, I call the World Bank Party. God help me, I call the World Bank Party. Not God, I really call you. So, God, I got this. When he came to, my father was a tailor. When I call him, pastor designer. Yeah, he didn't go to school. He didn't go to school. My mother didn't go to school. Or God doctor. So no matter who you are, or the person, you can make it in life. So I'm going to ask you to make sure that don't look at yourself. You can make it in life. No matter who your friends are. Please, that was how to remind you. Everybody you meet in school has something to give to your life. One day you will meet the students. The rule for successful and sustainable study lifestyle. Students, the rule for successful and sustainable study lifestyle. That's a rule. 1. Depend on God. 2. Study and work hard. Be part of your success story. Study and work hard. 3. Avoid temptation to cheat or engage in malpractice. Avoid temptation to cheat or engage in malpractice. 4. Choose or accept to fail than to achieve success by all means. Choose or accept to fail than to achieve success by all means. 5. Keep praying for divine intervention in your study. guidance and counseling, and she has master's degree in guidance and counseling. She's my nemesis, Esther Gangu, Peter Gangu. So don't leave me apart. I remember about 2 weeks ago, we are company and made a formal introduction of members of our management. Why we did that? Because as we are part of our family center, we realize our students have now done. And most of you, we are transferred from other schools. So we find it necessary for you to know our management. And then we introduce ourselves as the guidance and counseling teacher of the education. She introduced herself. You know the problem, just as the other speaker said, you are not focused. You are not listening. Listening is the best teacher. No matter how good a teacher is, if you don't listen to him, you never understand anything. So I advise you to listen anytime we talk to you. And about the library, we have one of the best libraries in the school. We have an e-library. We don't go to other library or the other library. No, our library is an e-library. So nobody, you don't have anything, you only come to school and go. So please, anything you have, anywhere you have problems, look for teachers and ask them questions. Thank you. Well, the principal has tried to put us about, because I know the